Jennifer Hudson brings her big voice back to the big screen for Black Nativity.
Jennifer, you won an Academy Award for your first one. Why did you choose this to come back to musicals?
Because I loved all the elements that was in it as far as the family aspect, music, the church roots in it, and just the fact that I feel as though we don't have enough of those films out there that brings families together, you know, at least not today. And I grew up off of things like that, so I'm like, I want to see this come back, and I want to be a part of it, you know, and helping bringing it back.
We've been evicted? I thought you were gonna work something out with the bank. I thought we could win it back.
I've been trying. It's hard getting that much together.
So we gotta move?
Hudson plays a single mother, separated from her parents, struggling to raise her teenage son, Langston.
Help me.
He's tried to be the man of the house of his whole life. So really he tries not to show emotion, but it's there.
R&B singer and Disney star Jacob Lattimore plays Langston.
Even though I'm the leading character, it's a lot of times where I don't even have dialogue, where it's more I'm sort of speaking with my face. And I have to say that was probably one of the most biggest challenges. What helps me getting in character is having a great cast.
You made a mistake. I was told to expect my grandson, not some pickpocket.
Trouble at home forces Langston to spend Christmas with grandparents he's never met. They're played by Forrest Whitaker and Angela Bassett.
How would each of you describe your characters? You, Grandma, you, Grandfather, and Minister. How would you describe you, Grandma?
You can call me Grandpa. Please don't say Grandma.
That's right. Wife,
Slow down.
partner, first lady. There's so many other ways you can describe her before you get to
Grandma.
Nana.
The story unfolds in modern-day Harlem. Many of the scenes take place here at St. Luke's Episcopal Church, where young Langston's grandfather is pastor.
Go on and tell Jesus in your time of trouble.
Reverend Cornell Cobbs successfully leads his flock, but struggles to hold his own family together.
And I think that's very typical to what it's really like in real life, you know. You play out a scenario in the pulpit that is our ideals. That's what ministers do. We talk from the perspective of our ideals. But you go home and you live in your realities. And sometimes the gulf between your ideals and realities is so far that bridging that gap is a lifelong pursuit.
That authentic story is why Bishop T.D. Jake signed on as a producer with Casey Lemons.
Look in your eyes.
Lemons wrote and directed the film. We visited her on set during the 33 days of shooting what she calls the most emotional work of her career.
My sister died in the process of working on it. And that was an extremely hard loss for me, like cataclysmic. And I didn't know, not just that I was ever going to be able to write again, but really how I was going to move forward with that loss. And so somehow I put all my feelings and into the piece in a way that I can't quite describe, but I did. So it's very personal.
There is a rich history behind this big screen production of Black Nativity. The play was written by Harlem Renaissance poet Langston Hughes and first performed off-Broadway back in 1961.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child.
And just like the 1961 production, this adaptation is filled with unforgettable music. And Casey Lemons says there is one message in both the music and the storyline.
For me, it contained what I think are very human questions. You know, how do you keep going and keep believing when so much bad has happened? You know, how do you have faith? You know, how do you keep having faith? And the answer that I put into the script is, you know, proof of God's grace is all around you. You just have to open your eyes.
Ephraim Graham, CBN News, New York.